Hello, we are playing Represent Me. You can Google Represent Me and for iCivics, this will come up, but otherwise I've put the link on the worksheet for you. And you do not need to sign up for an account or anything like that. Just hit play the game or no thanks. Oh, it's a little loud. We'll turn it down a little bit. So essentially this game, you are the representative that gets elected, and then you have to decide what bills are going to be good for your constituency. And constituents, remember from your notes, are people that you represent if you're elected. And you have different type of constituents, different groups. We have young, so children and teenagers. We have old, would be elderly people, usually people over 70, people who live in a city, people who live in a more rural area, people who are struggling, like they have a hard time paying all their bills. And then we have successful people who are doing so well they have extra money to like go on vacation and buy some extra stuff and stuff like that. All right. So you're going to get different bills, and I'll show you how this works in a second, but you need to just paraphrase or be brief about what the bill says. Who does that bill represent? And then you go through all the bills. I think there's 12, but then at the second step, it's going to ask you to only pick 3 to move on to the next level, and I'll explain that too. So, okay, let's go back here. So let's say new game. I will be this person. The other person looked very nice too. All right, so you read the bill, and then you have to decide which group of your constituents it best supports. And you have a list, again, over here: young, old, urban, rural, struggling, wealthy. But if you forget what those groups are, go back to your, I have it written out on your notes here. Okay, so let's see. Congressional bill and act to authorize do-overs. To give people hope for the future, those who can't get ahead because of a bad decision they made in the past may have a do-over. Do-overs include things like finishing school, staying out of trouble, or jumping on an opportunity. Decisions made in video games do not qualify for a do-over. That's important. Okay, so then I'm going to go to my worksheet. And so what is it that people get? People get do-overs if they make mistakes. Okay, so then you have to decide, okay, which of the groups does that most represent? And I would say struggling people, because they've maybe made a mistake, maybe they've been in jail, they need a little extra help, they didn't quite finish high school. So I'm going to go to struggling stamp, and you pick up your stamp and then you stamp it. Okay, so, and then I read the next one. And so you're going to do 12 of the bills, and then after that's done, it's going to ask you to pick which 3 represent your constituency, and it's going to show you like how many old people you represent and how many young people. And then at the end, there's going to be a newspaper that comes up and tells you if you get reelected to a second term. You need to think about, if you were reelected, why does that happen? What does it have to do with your constituency? And then if you were not reelected, why do you think that happened? What does that have to do with your constituency? So I hope you have fun playing this game, and I will see you in class.